Okay, we are well and truly back, so let's push the boat out a bit, get our teeth sunk in with 2 episodes in quick succession. Subsequent eps will come every 2 to 3 days, while I work on more substantial law-related releases behind the scenes. Hope you enjoy the narration, and my voice for Ezra doesn't prove too divisive, or grating, for that matter. I read as many of the comments as I can, so please do let me know what you think. And a rating on iTunes or Spotify, if you feel so inclined, never goes amiss. And a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do let me know how you think. I do take feedback on board. Cheers. Here we go with Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Self-Contradiction. Moses and Ezra. You idiot, I quietly murmured, grinding my teeth. Ezra had done it again. I told her numerous times not to ask sensitive questions to the subjects of the distortion. Ezra then whispered to me.
Ah! Detective! Detective, what do we do?
Sorry, Chef. My niece isn't very streetwise yet, you see. Oh, you lovely young sprout. What do you mean with detective? Are you seeing stuff again? Poor little thing.
So you were just a couple of nutjobs. If you disrupt my business with bollocks again, I'm gonna call security,
the master chef yelled, although this restaurant was too small and shabby for such luxurious titles. Yes, I'll teach my little gal here to behave. Are you insane? Did you really have to say out loud, wow? The food here is just as disgusting as the sanitation. Who taught you to cook? In a small restaurant that's not seeing too many guests? But it really did taste horrible. You think we're here to enjoy the food? You're supposed to carefully look around for clues. Just cram the food in your mouth before the chef finds us suspicious. This food has got to be the cause of the disappearance. I bet the revolting taste drove them crazy and made them wander off. I'm cutting your salary.
What?
By 25%.
God, detective, please!
I took a pipe out of my inner coat pocket. The case may be stuck for the moment, but it should end well somehow. With such optimism, I started smoking. I'm a fixer from District 14, a decently experienced Grade 5 currently working for 7, the association specializing in intelligence and investigation operations. I solve mysteries for a living, though most of these unsolved cases are about the distortion anyway. The city still seems to be mostly clueless about the distortion. I simply jumped into this budding niche earlier than others, thanks to my cursed talent. Seeing people's distortions.
So, what did the chef look like to you, detective?
The lower half of their body was that of a snake, and hands were attached on its tail. It had about 7 tails, if I remember correctly.
Ugh! What about their upper body? Was it human?
Yep. I could see a human in a filthy chef's uniform.
Does that mean the distortion has progressed by about half? Maybe it'll manifest in a week or so.
It could very well happen tonight, judging from the circumstances. The mouth on one of the tails was salivating and twitching quite intensely.
Anyway, we're dealing with a reptilian, right? Let's see. A stigma workshop product could work.
You always pick expensive gadgets. The pattern of the distortion has been changing lately. The manifestations are getting faster. No, to be precise, the distortion has started to manifest even while people are unconscious. That's right. Their bodies distort in their sleep. This seems to happen with the people who are half distorted from what I can see. A sloppy monster can only cause sloppy trouble. The Zwei Association gave my office a request. People have been disappearing at night inside a certain hotel in the area the association has been safeguarding. Recording was forbidden in the back streets of District 14, so there's no footage available. The hotel has only 2 entrances, the main gate and the back door through the kitchen. None of the missing guests were seen leaving through the main gate. The hotel wasn't assaulted by a syndicate either, which was obvious considering that the Zwei were in charge of that area.
Detective! Detective! Maybe something's really up with the kitchen.
Its chef was the most distorted person around, so it's plausible. The sun sets and night falls. We infiltrated the hotel restaurant. The fairy I spent a fortune on enters the keyhole and opens the door for us. Sometimes singularities feel much more like monsters than the half-baked creatures born from the distortion.
Wow. Are they having a party or something? What are they eating?
Under a red light, skinless hunks of flesh were sitting around a table, eating something. The only dish on the table was something that looked like a large leather sack. They each grab something from the sack and eat it. The putrid smell stings my nose. My mind falters for a moment. Turn around. Do not look at the thing they're eating. Don't breathe.
This is driving me mad, Detective. But it looks so cozy in there. It looks like a bedroll.
You'll be eaten and turned to manure once you get in that bedroll. Ezra was completely entranced. I smacked her in the chest as quietly as I could. I gave Ezra a handkerchief so she could cover her nose. Keep it tight. We're heading to the kitchen now. Leaving behind the feast, we crawled toward the kitchen. A long line of people waited in front of it. Those were the people reported to be missing. They enter the kitchen one by one, and then human-shaped flesh hunks walk out, each carrying a leather sack. They bring it to their table and eat from it.
The food that bewitches people, huh? What could they be eating, Detective?
It's time to find out. Get ready, assistant. Ezra took a Stigma Workshop sword out of her bag. I pulled out my smoking pipe. The door leading to the kitchen is wide open. People lining up for their sack pay no attention to us. They're simply mumbling to themselves. We proceed slowly. We're going in. I can hear the sound of kitchenware at work. The chef is busy cooking something, holding multiple cooking utensils with the hands that are on their tails. What could they be cooking? What are they feeding those people with?
Detective, people are bowing to the chef to show their heads. The chef is splitting them open and taking something out. It doesn't look like a brain.
They aren't extracting the brain itself. They're pulling something out of it. Could it be? Thoughts?
How is that possible?
That's what the distortion is all about. Unseeable things are materialized.
That means they're giving away their thoughts to the chef, so the chef can cook them and...
The chef also peels their skin to use as the sack. That's pretty wicked. My eyes met the chef's gaze.
Hey! You're the insane bunch I saw earlier today. If you want to eat, then line up. The taste's gonna be nothing like the stuff you ate before.
What are you feeding these people?
I'm giving them what they want. I cook thoughts. People these days don't even know what they're thinking, so they need someone else to cook those thoughts up and feed them.
You've already killed people.
A case of the distortion that is capable of murder would be, according to the standards our office set up, a risk level 3 distortion.
Kill? Oh, they ain't dead. Oh, they're having a feast, don't you see? Ordinary food isn't enough to make people happy anymore. You gotta know who you are and what kind of world you're living in to truly savor the flavor.
This is almost like a cheap urban myth. You've gone too far.
Detective! The fleshy things in the restaurant all came in here!
You just haven't tried it yet. I'll show you how your thoughts taste.
Ezra, take them down. The Stigma Workshop sword emits an orange glow. The wire on its blade heats up. Each time Ezra swings the sword, one of the hunks of flesh falls to the floor. The heated wire leaves beautiful symbols through the sections it slices, a trademark feature of Stigma Workshop's products. The smell of burnt meat soon fills the kitchen. A sentient case of the distortion that willingly harms others is ultimately subject to termination. We sometimes encounter distortions that we can't take down on our own, but most of them can still be dealt with in some manner. This kind is especially simple. Have you tried your own cooking, then? Self-Contradiction. Distortions that damage others while claiming to care for them are bound to face irony. So you're feeding others with a dish you haven't even tried yourself? What makes you so confident in its taste?
My cooking has to be tasty. All the customers looked sad and sulky, even when I served them with the most delicious food before. It's because they didn't think for themselves.
You can tell if the food is tasty just from a person's face. Someone who doesn't try their own cooking isn't a real chef.
Fine, I'll eat it. I'll eat my own food.
There we go. That's the spirit of a true chef. The chef split open their own head. They put their hand into their brain and pulled out something glowy. As soon as the chef was done taking all the thoughts out, they collapsed onto the floor. Just like that, the chef passed away before they could taste their own thoughts.
Detective, I took care of them all.
I'm done with my share, too.
Should we contact the Zwei Association now?
Yeah. Just write up a short report. They won't believe all this fuss about cooking thoughts anyways. I'll go get some sleep first.
Got it. Good morning, Detective Moses. You're a bit later than usual today, huh?
Yeah. The line at Ham Ham Pan Pan was long today. Guess everyone wants to check it out since it's the first to open in the north of the city.
Oh, Ham Ham Pan Pan. Did you get some for me, too?
Yeah. Got one for you, just in case. You liked mustard, right?
Mustard flavor's great! The Zwei sent us the reward just now.
That quick? It only took them a day. I bet they skimped on the paperwork.
Anyway, to sum up this case, it was about an unappreciated cook who wanted to bring joy to the people in their own twisted way.
It was a crude story. We've had to deal with the distortion on our own a lot more often these days, now that I think about it.
Why are the Wings and the other associations so passive about it? Monsters are actually appearing.
Because none of them were noteworthy enough to even be an urban plague. Well, the pianist being the sole exception.
Still, shouldn't someone do something about this? It's like a ticking time bomb.
I bet a lot more people die to syndicates than to the distortion.
By the way, you're not actually going to cut my salary, are you? That stupid chef's food really was the cause.
Try using that good memory for something better.
I can hear you.
What the next chapter holds. This room is breathing. I can feel its respiration, its beat. No one knows how many people this room has devoured. A dying elderly person stands before me. A lonely old person whose breath is fainter than the room's. Forgotten by others, this aged person has brought and taken in people. As the doddering one faded from everyone's memories, so too did the people they took in. That was Chapter 2 of The Distortion Detective by Kim Ji-hoon. Stay tuned for more chapters in the coming days. Good night, everybody.